Probably you have seen me before in the glasses, and many times, like since early childhood, I was usually at the doctor's office, with the optometrist, and for the special examinations, and they had all this different kind of devices to check the vision, how what lenses to use. I was always in some way intrigued by one of the devices, which was named, it's in English, I didn't know even how it's called in Polish, but it's phropter. It's a phropter. So, do you know what phropter is? No. Oh, I knew how it works, I didn't know that it's this one. So the phropter is the one which the doctor is putting the different lenses and checking, and it's asking you the question, is that better? Sometimes it's yes, it's better. Sometimes next. So you see this device in some way it's giving us different vision, a better vision, that we can see better. During our time here at the weeks at the church, and during our time of the theme, we were looking at Christ, and inviting Christ to come to those places of our hearts with His light, with His new vision, with His new prescription on life. Yes, that we could see better in different, especially in those situations where parts of our hearts when we feel dark or in the shadows. With Christ, we have different vision. And prayer, especially, is changing it, is adjusting those moments, those situations, which many times we don't have any influence on. Prayer is helping us, the same as this phropter, is helping us to see clearer the situation we approach, or the other person about whom we want to pray, or we are praying because something happened. Yes? And we would like to change the situation. Many times the prayer does not change the circumstances because we cannot change the past. Yet it is changing because we are able, through prayer, to see how God sees. In today's readings, especially the reading of the Gospel, we meet with Jesus this sinful woman who is brought with all the Pharisees and scribes who are trying to find something on Jesus. We are preparing for the Triduum, and that was the time just before Jesus offered Himself for each and every one of us. And they were trying also to find something for Jesus, where we can catch Him, that He's doing something wrong. And they're bringing this poor woman. And they're asking Him, okay, so in the law of Moses, we're supposed to stone this person. What do you say? And Jesus is changing in some way, like in this phropter, the lens. First is the lens of love towards this woman. And second, adjusting the lens of judgment of those Pharisees and scribes, saying, first, look into your eye, into your heart, if you are truly clear and without sin. And if you can truly say 100%, then go do it. And what happened? Each and every one of them realized that there are dark places in our hearts, that there is always something in which we have to work on, in which we have to put the lens through the lens of God. The things for which we need forgiveness, for which we need God's love to change us. And in those situations, and through prayer we are able to truly see through the lens of God. To be more humane, to be more loving, to be more Christ-like. Because with prayer, we can be Christ be our light in all the situations of our life. And even in the Old Testament today, we have heard, the prophet Isaiah hears that God speaks to him, "See, I made all things new. I make all things new." Prayer is making for us the new vision of the same situation. We are seeing things through prayer as what is the God, we can discern what is God's way for us, or what is God's avenues for us. And it's changing how we approach the difficulties, challenges, different situations. And it enables us to be more loving, more forgiving, more being Christ-like in everything what we do. I would like to invite you to first to obviously take the bulletin home, because there is a lot of very nice ways to pray. And also, whenever you pray, to go and see the situation or whatever you pray for, whether it's a person, a situation, things in your life, through those lenses. And there are very short abbreviation. I know that in America everybody likes abbreviations. So the abbreviation is ACTS. ACTS. So first, it's adoration. We can look through the lens of adoration, how we can adore God and thank Him for all the blessing He is sending to us. And believe me, in all situations in our life, even those challenging, we can see the blessings. Because God is always giving us somebody or something in every situation which is a blessing. It's just the prayer can help through this lens show us what is this blessing, how He is helping us through this situation, what we can learn. Contrition. As I said just a moment ago, we all find in ourselves those places which still needs healing, which needs forgiveness, which needs love. Through this lens, we can see what is still, on what we can still work more. Even looking at those past situations, we can act in different way. We can pray for the contrition of our heart, for the change of our heart. And with all of this, recognizing the blessings, recognizing the needs for reconciliation, we also recognize our thankfulness to God for everything He is doing for us, for all those people He is sending, for all those daily gifts, for all those daily situations when we can feel the presence of God, when we can almost immerse, when we feel like we can say the mountaintop experience, like in the Transfiguration, where do you remember the apostles were so excited? Sometimes we experience this. We can see God's working through other people, helping us. That can be through the lens of thanksgiving. We can experience that as well. And also supplication. But who needs our prayer? And what action we will have to help us truly through that prayer? We can think who next? Whom I can help? Whom I can extend the love I was given by God. And through this prayer, through these 4 lenses of prayer, we'll be able to truly help ourselves to see God in all things. Isn't that better?